With the final details of Anthony Barr's restructure out, the Vikings suddenly have around $9.1 million in cap space on the top 51 effective, and that's before the draft and before June 1st when that $7.9 million balloon payment of Kyle Rudolph's sweet cap space comes in. So the Vikings clearly are not done big game hunting yet in free agency or in acquisitions. And yes, it could be something fun, or it could be something relatively boring, like signing Forrest Lamp and then signing a safety like Xavier Woods or Will Parks and then re-signing Sean Mannion or something like that. Or extending Daniil or Harrison Smith, even though that would be pretty awesome. But overall, boring, like buying treasury bonds. To the moon! Let's go hunting. Let's go try and go diamond hands on this mother. Let's go big. Here are 5 major players the Vikings could still acquire. Let's talk about it. Number 1, Orlando Brown Jr., left tackle of the Ravens. This would be the dream, even though it would involve some form of draft capital to acquire him. And then you land him, then you have to pay him, but you have a 24-year-old Pro Bowl left tackle and potential future All-Pro. Come on. Set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about left tackle for the next, 7 to 10 years. Like it. Last year, 82.3 PFF grade at left tackle for the Ravens. 19 pressures, 0 sacks while watching Lamar's blindside after Ronnie Stanley went down. And yes, the question is, well, is he only a good left tackle because he has a mobile quarterback? I don't know. Look at his Oklahoma tape. Pretty damn good for Baker Mayfield, etc. And also, no one questioned Ronnie Stanley when they gave him all that money after he was blocking for Lamar Jackson, so it's whatever. And Vikings would have to trade and then pay for him as he's in the final year of his rookie deal, likely 18 to 19 million per top-end money. And then Ezra would stay at guard. I'm okay. I am okay with that. Yeah. Next up, big ticket item number 2 that the Vikings could still go after. Right tackle Mitchell Schwartz. Now, last week or a couple weeks ago, right after Schwartz and Fisher were released by the Chiefs, we did a video of like, that's a no for me, dog. But circumstances have changed because initially I didn't want them because of the money that could have been involved as well as moving parts on the offensive line. But now it's like, whatever. After we're through the first week of free agency, the market for Schwartz and definitely Fisher may not be there. So Schwartz might be a little bit cheaper than expected. And the Vikings, with around $9 million in cap space, can certainly accommodate. 2019, 2 years ago, Schwartz was PFF's number 2 grade at right tackle behind only Ryan Ramczyk, 89.3 PFF grade, 21 pressures, 0 goose egg, D'Angelo Russell sacks as they went on a run and won the Super Bowl. Also an 84.9 run game grade. And then last year, he had a bunch of injuries, missed the Super Bowl, Mike Remmers, blah, 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 blah. It was a mess, right? Now, he's only been a right tackle in his 9-year NFL career with the Browns and the Chiefs. So, and I don't think he'll swing inside. I don't think he swings to the blind side either. So it likely would involve planting him at right tackle, moving O'Neal to left tackle, which I'm not necessarily thrilled about because why mess with a good thing? But if you're replacing him with Schwartz, okay, I get it. And then, yes, Ezra Cleveland is still inside at guard. Plus, his big brother, Jeff, played with the Vikings, which can be a good or bad thing, depending. Next up, big ticket item number 3, the Vikings could still go after. The other Chiefs tackle, Eric Fisher, the left tackle. So Doogie alluded that there could be potential interest here between Fisher and the Vikings. He is only 30 years old, and I thought that he would have a decent market given his age, given the way that he played last year, but has materialized, and maybe he is staring down the barrel of a Riley Reef 1 year, $7.5 million type market, which I would be okay with. Last year, put up an 80.1 PFF grade, best in his career, 35 pressures, 3 sacks, 4 penalties. Also was hurt and missed the Super Bowl. And maybe it's because he was the former number 1 overall pick in 2013, but I've always wanted more. Like, I've always expected more out of him. He hasn't really developed it, but he's been solid. He has been a solid, decent, top 15, top 17 adjacent starting left tackle in this league, and he earned a second contract with the Chiefs, but they let him go in a cap-saving move. Plus, then they went after Trent Williams. But if the Vikings pick him up, what is the plan? Start him at left tackle and then keep Ezra inside, or kick Fisher inside where he's never played? And plus, all the issues that we have with Ezra being, he's too tall. He's too tall to kick inside and play with decent leverage. Fisher definitely has that too, since he's like 6'7" and a half. Next up, big ticket item number 4 for the Vikings, guard Trai Turner. But can he play guard? Yes, he can. My man, I love it. So, rumored to have some interest with the Bengals, but is only 27 years young. 2014 third-round pick out of LSU, 5-time Pro Bowler with the Panthers. Traded the Chargers last year and was booty, along with everyone else. You look at Forrest Lamp, you look at Dan Feeney, you look at Trey Pipkins, you look at Sam Tevy. Everyone was ass. Like how they protected Justin Herbert, I don't know. But then that's why he's cheap and available. Like if he is coming off a Pro Bowl or All-Pro season, there is a reason why that he is still on the free agent market and probably going to get $5-6 million on a 1-year deal, as opposed to, I don't know, a 5-year, $40 million deal somewhere in there. So it would be a nice rehab spot for Turner. Plug and play him at right guard, and then Ezra moves to left tackle. Finally. Lastly, big ticket item number 5 for the Vikings to still acquire, Jadeveon Clowney. Ooh. So it is a lot like Eric Fisher, where Clowney is sort of jaded by that number 1 overall pick status. He was a number 1 pick in 2014, where he's still a rock solid defensive end edge rusher, but he's never been considered elite, and then therefore he's been a disappointment. But he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time second-team All-Pro. Last year, he signed a late free agent deal, 1 year with the Titans. Didn't quite work out. 29 pressures, 0 sacks, and limited work before he got hurt. Is somehow only 28 years old, even though it seems like Clowney's been around forever. But maybe that's just because he came out in the natural consciousness at South Carolina as a young kid. But he would be a beautiful combo with Danielle Hunter working in Wanham and Weatherly. Baby, you got a stew going on the edge. Also, honorable mention. So Geno Atkins just got axed by the Bengals. Carlos Dunlap, former Zimmer acolyte, as well as he worked with Paul Gunther. Same thing with Geno Atkins. Would add some experience on the edge. Plus, he still has someone left in the tank. 5 sacks last year with the Seahawks. K'Wan Short, formerly of the Panthers. Melvin Ingram's out there chilling. Quan Alexander. And there's a lot of dudes out there where the Vikings could spend up this money. Now, is it all going to be on one player, one big-time item, or spread out like we mentioned? Maybe it is a guy like Forrest Lamp. Maybe it is a safety like Xavier Woods or Will Parks. Maybe it is this and that. But Vikings just got their stimulus, man. I say go all in, buy something big. Let's do this to the moon. There you go. Be your thoughts. 5 big-ticket items the Vikings could still acquire. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.